Live. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Cece.
Fantastic. I will assure you that you are in capable hands and that your fragile sensibilities will not be too harmed by this dalliance into madness. Welcome to I Am MEMETIC MORI, the Blades in the Dark actual play stream, where our gang thieves take on the big OP, the city that cannot sleep. I'm going to introduce you to our cast today. We have got Klaus, Mr. Sneak, Julian of Everyday Superhero as Thimble, the Burnt Coin, our guest star, playing
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We go ahead and turn things over to Cece.
And I then heard the audio on the Twitch and got thrown off. Fantastic. And then of course our host, DMDM Studios Derek as Orphan.
Hey, everybody.
Why don't you introduce yourself, guys? Introduce your characters, introduce what's going on.
Well, I'm Julian, also known as Everyday Superhero. I've been playing Thimble, who went rogue at the end of last episode. So I'm here and playing another character today.
Fantastic. Can you tell us about this character?
I'm just as sketchy as my last character. A little more twitchy in the face, and a little more acid and less guns.
Fantastic. Alrighty then, that'll bring us next to Mr. Sneak. Klaus, what can you tell us about Mr. Sneak?
Oh, Mr. Sneak is former big old quotes around the word nobility there, the crumbling facade of aristocracy. He is a man who has tried to prove himself to be better than the life he left behind, and in doing so has become a bit of an unstable murder machine who, after their last big heist where many things were blown up and compatriots were lost, Mr. Sneak ended up just kind of wandering away for a while. No one knows where he's been, but he's back, baby.
Baby. Alrighty then, and that will then bring us to our host, Derek. What can you tell us about Orphid?
Orphid died, and then he refused to stay dead because he was sent back to finish his goddamn job against his will, and now he is slowly coming back like a sieve. Right now, it's just... I like the way that I put it last week, the raw, unfettered id that's just kind of overtaken some poor, hapless soul's body, and he's kind of on a singular-minded focus at this point. Obviously, whatever the Ricosians set their mind to, he will help them with, but he is very much about making that machine.
Tunnel vision towards some singular light.
Absolutely.
That will bring him from his shambling mess into something resembling living. And the Burnt Coin. Will, what can you tell us what you've devised of the guest character that you've picked up today? Our guest stars will choose one from a rotating cast of ancillary characters, and then give their own little spin on the previous player's creation.
Well, looks like I picked up Dandelion, a ex-military sharpshooter, we'll say, who's not from Ireland, it says. So
Not from Ireland. He's from
Ireland.
Not Ireland, in fact.
We have a lot of those in our group. Not an Irishman.
Yeah.
Those not Irish, I tell you.
Definitely not Irish.
Not at all.
That's what I picked up.
Fancy, fancy. Alrighty then. So this cast of scoundrels will attack the big OP with everything they've got. The heists that they go through are completely generated in media res. We make up stuff as we go and put it into play merely as we proceed. The places they go to, the people they meet are basically made up on the spot with a little bit of previous context, depending on what they've already been doing. In this season, they started off pretty well, hitting a weapons shop just to restock their wares, get back into the swing of thievery. However, in doing so, they jostled a few unfriendly faces. They brought the ire of a religious cult called the Seekers. The Seekers believe that the monotheistic god of this world, of this world's primary universal religion, exists here in this city, that he lives among us, and that he can be met, that he can be contacted. And that, in doing so, this terrible world full of malady and strife can be cured. It is quite the pipe dream, you gotta say. But that pipe dream has brought them in contest with our crew. And let's see how that evolves. So what kind of heist you guys have on mind today?
Can we not fuck over the church to go into war today?
The game this time?
Yeah, it might be. If you
Maybe
fuck 'em
we
up
could
too
benefit a
much,
bit more
they'll-
from having some extra downtime activities, is what I'm saying. Before that.
So you probably want to get yourselves a little bit of wiggle room prior to bumping heads with the likes of the Seeker's cult. And the question is, where will you go? What will you do? What zany madness will evolve from whatever brain farts we put into the internet ephemera?
I have some thoughts.
Ooh, go for it.
I don't know if you've got something, please. If you guys, I listened to most of last episode, but if you had stuff prepped, go for it, please.
No, let's hear it.
I just want to confirm that we did get like a super epic weapon, right?
Yeah, Red's got it, and he's not here.
Uber weapon. You have a
Like we got
tier,
the heist?
you have a high tier exquisite weapon that can be utilized in a score. Now remember, this thing is a one use only, so choose wisely and put it to good effect.
We keep that for the war, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Fantastic.
Do we feel the war's coming?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've been building up for this for like a while. We're definitely going to war with the Seekers.
Okay, awesome. Well, we don't have our logistical leader with us. So what if we just like attack first, start the war now?
Just jump right into it.
What if we take out a high priority
Like,
target?
he's not here to stop us. We have no strategy. The last two people who have been in charge are not leading us to in this heist. But if the heist is an assault,
I think we continue on the tradition of letting the guest pick what they want to do for the heist.
I like that.
Oh boy.
Indeed. All right, Will, the burnt coin. Put some information in front of us. How do we proceed? What sort of score would you like to devise with your crew of ne'er-do-wells? It can
Well,
truly
let's-
be anything. I can put wheels into motion.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like they said, why not just strike first by taking out some high priority target? It would help in
Dandelion
the
got
war
an
to
itchy
come.
trigger figure.
A little bit.
Dandelion got an itchy trigger finger.
A little bit.
The wind blows, and he spreads his little spindles. All right. It's an assault. It seems to be 3-1 here, Orphid. You guys are not, like, perhaps out of character you don't want this, but in character you guys are gun-ho and don't have a plan.
They have what we need.
Mr. Sneak has just drunkenly returned and is like, yes, let's do some shit.
Alrighty then. So, let us devise the scene a little bit more. The assault. Where's the assault happening? You're looking to knock off some sort of high priority target within the Seekers.
Do we know of any?
You know, there is something that's coming through the grapevine. There's apparently a sculptor in the Seekers that is well regarded. He is well known, well spoken by the preachers. They presume to say he has some connection to prophecy. You want to go kill an artist?
Oh, I know what we need. I know what we need from this guy. Oh yeah, I definitely know what we need from this guy. His mind is capable of creating like non-Euclidean shapes that he makes into structures that we definitely need to get that information for ourselves.
Okay.
100%.
Awesome. So instead of murder, maybe kidnapping?
Oh no, we kill him because nobody else can have it, but we definitely steal that information from his mind somehow.
Okay.
The old Inception. Snatch and grab.
Snatch his brain.
I like it.
Orford, you can just suck that right out of him, can't you? Just put your fingers in his noggin. I'll crack it open for you.
With enough time.
So we gotta kidnap him.
Fair.
Fantastic. Alrighty then, so where is the sculptor to be found?
Orphan, you seem to know about the sculptor.
He is kept well guarded within the realm of the Seekers. Their stronghold. Wherever the Seekers are strong at, I want to hit him there.
Alrighty then. So in some disheveled turf of the Seekers, you're gonna hit. You will discover that there is an outpost of importance. Let's say in Uptown. It ain't quite the prettiest thing you'd ever imagine a religious cult calling a headquarters. But hey, it'll do when you're a downtrodden do-gooder looking for God. An old set of row houses is well guarded by the Seekers. They own this place. They have disconnected the neighborhood away from the orthodox interpretation of the traveler's caravan. And they are really enjoying some ecclesiastical supremacy. And there within one of those shoddy old row houses is a studio that is mired in marble dust, where strange structures of prophecy are chiseled out of stone. All right, the detail. Where does the action start? Are you hitting them in the streets? Are you hitting the studio? The door to the apartment building the studio is in? Where does the action begin?
I would recommend the path of least resistance.
While he's in his studio, making work.
Yes.
Do we cause a diversion somewhere else to pull people away? And
Hell
then
yeah.
Get in there, grab them, get out?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm down.
Alrighty, so repeat the detail to me one more time.
While he is working in his studio, we are going to strike. Part of our force is going to be causing a diversion off scene and then the other part is going to be actually going in and getting him.
Excellent. So it's sounding like the detail where the engagement roll occurs is going to be the diversion.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Excellent. Let me squirrel about my music for a moment and ready ourselves for madness and uncertainty.
Hanker Rush.
Hell yeah. Actually, I think I've got it figured out. So, yep, I've got it figured out. Alrighty then, my guys, we are ready. Let's adjudicate engagement. Who do you believe of your friends and enemies might be involved in the moment of triumph? This will add or remove dice from your engagement roll. And remember, pony up your enemies early, because I can use them whenever I want.
Well, I think we're trying to get as many enemies to the diversion as possible. So
There
let's
you
say
go.
all the enemies are going to the diversion.
Well, take a moment and realize, they would have to have a reason to want to be there.
That's fair.
Oh, hey, that brings up a really good question for me, CC, by the way. Flint was a
What's
spirit tracker for the glass cannons. There no longer are glass cannons, so is he, like, dead now?
Oh, that's right. I wasn't under the understanding that he was poisoned, so he's probably just gone rogue independent.
Cool.
Might have ended up with the Seekers, might have not.
Do we know what would draw their attention?
Whatever you decide. I'm very malleable to suggestions.
What is something that they would get pissed off for being given credit for doing?
What would piss them off? Well, the Seekers are definitely...
If someone were to claim that they did it, like, not usually a frame, but like assign blame. Or pretend to be a member.
Mm-hmm. Well, they would likely be very, very in contest with any suggestions that they have connections to the Privy, which is an opposing cult with a very, very similar understanding of God. He lives in the city, but a different mission. The Privy want to keep the presence and the identity of God within the city private. They do not want him to be intervened or spoken to, and will do whatever they can to protect his privacy without knowing who it is either. So if there's any suggestion that they had done something to obfuscate the identity of God, they would be angry, because that would bring them in line with the Privy, and they don't like that.
Let's do that.
All right, so you could create some sort of effigy that represents secrecy or privacy. That'd piss them off. Or something in that line. Just give me an idea. How do you make it seem like the Privy are present?
You flay a Seeker alive.
Oh.
I'll do it.
One thing the Privy do to the Seekers is they'll burn their eye sockets.
Okay, I'll do that.
And in contrast, the Seekers will cut the Privy's eyelids off so they can't close their eyes. They have a very toxic relationship with one another. But yeah,
I'll do that.
If you burn out a few people's eyes, they'll think the Privy are present.
Sure.
And I think that's where it happens. So I reiterate: enemies present. Who do you think would arrive from your enemy list or your ally list? And remember, you also have your crew friend. Melista is a priestess of the Orthodox Church.
I think Flint shows up. We've been teasing him for a long time. I think he shows up.
Flint.
The spirit tracker.
Fantastic. Yep. Oh yeah, there's some crazy voodoo shit going down in the Uptown Row House. He's checking it out. So that will mean that we start this diversion with 0D. We basically roll 2d6. Well, it'll do this automatically, and we'll take the lower of the two.
Klaus gave us, or excuse me, Soul gave us another one in chat, by the way, for engagement.
Oh, Soul gave you a
Soul.
die. Thank you,
Hey, Soul.
Soul. You have just evened out a bit of madness. All right, that means you are rolling with one die straight. The madness of Flint, the spirit trafficker, is ablated by some sort of divine providence. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. It is really starting to seem like God may be present in the city. Let's see how he responds to your commotion. Show me that engagement roll.
Who's gonna make it? Who gonna make it? Not me.
Roll.
Couldn't be me.
I'll roll it if we want. I've got it up.
Oh, you do that, Klaus. Bring those infamous engagement rolls to the table.
I'm always so good at it. What do we got? We got how many dice?
You got one die.
Perfect. It's the exact number I love. I'm great with that. All right. Yeah. Hey. It's not so bad. Not so bad.
That
Klaus.
is not. Alrighty then. So, our diversion team just enjoyed a bit of, of an outdoor barbecue, of some people's eyes, and while this small gaggle of seeker cult foot soldiers scream in agony, you'll start to receive a wave of reinforcements. Fellas, you've done it. You've drawn the ire of the seekers. They are rushing down to the row house park to reinforce their burnt companions, and you better be ready to fight. What's going to happen?
I'm going to use this man's body as a conduit for a real big fuck off spell.
Fuck off spells are fun. I just want your peace and quiet. You're a privy actor.
He'll be quiet forever after this. Yeah, so I'm going to use this man's body as an arcane instrument implementation, and I am going to be using it to cast Tempest at the first row of people coming with a big ball of lightning. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a tune, and we are in a risky or controlled.
This is going to be a risky standard situation.
And I get one bonus dice from the item.
Fantastic.
Oh, fuck! I keep whiffing.
Unfortunately, you're going to see that you are dealing with some very bad juju here. You have taken a seeker's eyes, and that is a very unstable eldritch environment. Trying to press eldritch power through him is going to go haywire. The point in which such powers would emote from a seeker has been blocked. They have been burned. And for that, all that can come of it is a buildup of such energies until such time that this man's head erupts like a grenade while you're standing right behind it. And you are going to get a big faceful of second level harm, skull shrapnel.
Christ. I'm gonna drop armor Shit. Fuck, I can't believe I did
All
that.
right.
God damn it. Okay.
What is the armor that you used?
Hexagrammic wards. Actually, no, that's an even number. What's 11? Onidecimal wards.
Unidecimal wards. Fantastic.
And now I need to make
Alright.
a saving throw with, I'm gonna use... I can use a prowess one, right, is what it is?
Yes, you can. Basically jumping away in some way.
Okay, let's go ahead and use prowess. Oh, let's go.
Oh, fantastic. So these unidecimal wards flare up as the multiple shards of this man's skull erupt in every which direction, many of which are directly towards you. The wards buy you just a bit of time to push away and roll out of it, and you will walk away from this explosion without a scratch. Bada bing, bada boom. That is not your doom, but the desperate situation that you've just created might.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Alrighty then. So this situation is desperate, especially desperate for the people holding the diversion. Or that desperation might in some way be falling over to the people that are pursuing the sculptor. What happens next?
So I would, anyone else, feel free to go against me on this. My thought was the diversion people, probably Orphid and AB, they're the ones who can handle things on the ground. Meanwhile, climbing up to get to the sculptor, Mr. Sneak and Dandelion being able to assist people from afar with his sharpshooting and whatnot. I figure at this point in time, we hear this happening and are climbing up the side of the building. I've got my light climbing gear as a lurk, so figure I'm kind of getting us up. And as we hear that going off and we see things going bad, I could almost imagine Mr. Sneak grabbing hold of Dandelion's collar, and as they're like scaling a building, swinging him towards them and be like, I think they need a bit of cover fire. So just kind of holding you by the jacket, dangling you over and saying, might need to give them a little distraction for our distraction. And I would love to use some stress to give a bonus die to Dandelion if he wants to try and give them some cover fire or something. Whatever you want to do, but Mr. Sneak is helping in his way.
All right, Dandelion, will you receive a bonus die to take a sharpshooter shot?
I will definitely do so.
Fantastic. So line up the shot, tell me how it happens, and then roll something in the ballpark of a hunt or a finesse.
Oh, and actually, could I add one more thing to it? I don't know if this might help the situation at all, but just so they don't know where it's coming from and they don't know that it's us doing this, I'm also going to down my silence potion, which means nothing from me or near me emanates any kind of sound, so it will completely silence Dandelion's shot.
Let's go.
Wow.
Fantastic. This situation is definitely desperate, and it needs every item that it can get. Ponying up these two objects will put you in place to get a great effect. We are looking at risky, great position. All right, Birdcoin, this is how you roll. You are going to look at your sheet and find the attribute or the skill that you want to roll, click on it, and you are going to get a couple prompts. You are going to select the position, which is desperate. You are then going to select the effect, which is great. And finally, it will ask you for a number of bonus die that you are applying to the roll. You are applying one die.
Okay, so I can click hunt. Nothing's
Clickety
happening.
click, clackety clack.
Which one did you click on, buddy?
Hunt.
You should get an input value window popping up.
Oh, okay, it's on the other screen. Sorry. Okay, you said risky?
It will be desperate. Oh, you wish. Desperate. Great. +1 die.
Desperate, great, +1 bonus die.
Indeedy.
Okay. So what's the scene like? What can I shoot at down there?
That's up to you.
Something explosive would be fantastic.
Let's go.
There's likely something. Tell me what it is.
I have a vial of or a jar of wait, where'd it go? Like
You've got a jar of what?
you shoot it rings out of people.
Oh
You got
boy.
a jar or something I can shoot? We would have had a plan in case things went south that you tossed it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys have a plan for everything.
I have skullfire poison.
Oh. That sounds
That'll
scary.
do it.
Maybe we could toss that into a group of them. I could shoot it.
You certainly could.
Yep. Basically toss
All
it
right.
towards where the distraction came from, or the head exploded, and you shoot that. And
Oh,
you
hell
throw
yeah.
skullfire poison at people.
Oh,
There you go.
that's a crit.
That's a crit right there.
Hell yeah.
That's
Our
cool.
observing is a 6, followed by Dub. That is a critical hit, and this goes smoothly. Dandelion, how do you spread your spindle through the enemy?
Yeah, so I guess I would see the bottle come up, almost like a high toss, and when it's just at its peak, I could shoot it, just spraying this poison down below on top of all of the enemies.
Alrighty then. The
Very silent
vaporous
shot.
The vaporous substance will billow down onto the congregation of seekers, and in this moment they will find something quite like God's fury. Their minds will become emblazoned by the information that the poison brings to them. They will have the most searing headaches you could ever pose to imagine, and they will crumple about the parts, matted, reed-weary grass in agony. And that has shored up the diversion site.
We meant to do that the whole time. Yeah, I knew that using that guy's body as a conduit was a trap, and this was exactly part of the plan. I love this game.
that drew more of them out in the first place.
It did.
Two distractions and made a bigger distraction.
Double distraction.
Double distract.
Distractions and distractions and distraction. You
That
have been
sounds like a John. What's his face? John. Fuck! I forgot his name. I stumbled on the joke. Van Damme. It's a Van Damme movie.
It's fucking Alice in Wonderland shit. Distracted by distraction by distraction.
Oh yeah.
And boy, did that poison make people small. Alrighty then. So we have a couple options to us. We can press further into the row house. We can see how the diversion team gets back with Alpha Team. What's happening next?
I mean, I'm up to try and break in.
Yeah, we were already climbing. We were ready to go in, and then we had to help the diversion team.
No. We knew that was gonna happen.
No.
Plan. Now,
Follows the plan.
is this little apartment locked up tight? Is there, am I going to be able to just jump in an open window, or are things kind of more practed here?
That's for you to decide, remember?
Yes.
Well,
I'm going to say,
he's working at a studio.
if he's working at his studio, I imagine that he hears some ruckus and stuff going on outside, and maybe might be going near an open window to peek. But that's not where Mr. Sneak is going in, because I need to get the drop on this person. So first, Mr. Sneak is going to make sure Dandelion's grabbing the rope and say, I'm going to take care of things now. And I'm going to use my Eldritch Veil special ability to become insubstantial and pass through another closed blinded window so I can get the drop on this person and basically just try and dive through the window, pulling out my blades and ready to just I just need the head as far as I know, so yeah. I want to see if I can just dive through their insubstantial, and as I reappear, try and take a head.
Alrighty then. Can you give me something like a finesse roll to perform this?
I sure can, and let's see. So I'm using my typical blade or two. I got to use a little stress to use my Eldritch Veil ability, and
Oh, thank you. I forgot to apply stress for Tempest earlier. Okay.
And then also, I don't know if it might help my results or anything, but I'm going to use my Fine Shadow Cloak. So I really want to get the drop on him. I do not want him to see me coming before I slash. So,
Alrighty then.
what would be my position right now? We still desperate, or have things gotten somewhat better for us?
Things have gotten much better. You're definitely no longer worried about diversions, and you're only facing the threats that the sculptor himself can present. So you are in a risky position, and all the objects and tactics that you are bringing to the situation is going to give you standard effect.
I'll take standard. Why not? All right, and I got no bonus die, but hey, I got plenty of finesse, so yeah.
Alrighty then. So you will engage in this magnificent feat, twirling down the side of the building and slinking through the window where the sculptor approached to oversee this calamity. And you will find your mark. You will gash his neck. However, as the blade slices across the jugular, there is an awkward absence of blood.
Oh shit.
And he will turn to look at you, a little bit curious at this sudden introduction, just softly caressing his open neck. I
Nope.
was expecting company of some sort. He will walk back over to his marble block and grab his chisel.
Mr. Sneak is just grinning ear to ear, spinning his blades between his fingers, and he's like, oh my, I see we're going to have a bit of a Nantinarkin, aren't we? A little fun with the daddles.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the young. And he just holds his chisel. It looks like he's about to get back to work. But at the same time, you could swing that anywhere. All right, this guy is strong. He has a clock attached to him that represents his health. You are looking at a 12 count. You have made 2 ticks. Complete the clock, and you have completed your mission.
Is there any way that you can, like, inform us? Like, did just like we planned to make 2 distractions on purpose, did we plan to have a safe word in case, like, this exact thing took place?
You can have heard rumors about this. You didn't expect it to be true. But indeed, you planned for everything. And so, yep, you can have items prepared for the fact that this guy might have been made of stone.
Could I have given my Greater Bane charm to one of them?
You may have.
Okay.
If one of the fellas that is on the roof wants to take another action, you may. Or we can do something that represents the off team, the B team arriving.
I think it would make sense after the distraction to want to rendezvous at our target, but
Yep.
I'm not quite sure how we can be of help.
If I'm being honest with you, I think it makes more sense for the diversion team to then go and secure the extraction point, which would be the ghost passages.
Oh, I like that.
Excellent. Anything you do will contribute to the clock and the defeat of your enemy. This needs to be something. Give me the scene.
I open the ghost gate.
Hell yeah.
Attunement with the ghost key. Do you want to go ahead and make a roll of some kind, Needle? So that, or not, I'm sorry, I saw Needle because I look for the names because I can't remember everybody. You're playing AB right now. AB, would you like to make a roll of some kind?
Yes.
What's it gonna be?
What Orphan said.
Fantastic. So you're going to open the ghost gate. You can do this with attunement, or maybe you have some other scoundrelly way of doing so.
I'm going to melt acid on him.
Excellent. So yeah, you are basically just bolting there and arriving, and you're dropping alchemical onto the stone man. Acid's going to be great. That's going to get you up to standard effect in and of itself. Risky position. Is there anything else that you would like to place to the situation to get possibly greater effect?
We'll say I gave him my Greater Bane Charm.
Fantastic.
Nice. I like that.
Alrighty then. Busting through the door, you've got your acid, and you're about to do some damage to some marble. Let's see a roll to represent that, a finesse roll, a hunt, a skirmish. All of these make sense.
Go with finesse. Making sure I don't spill poison on myself or acid on myself.
Fantastic. You're being very dainty. All right. Any pushing you want to do? Any assistance?
Yes. I want to push as hard as I can.
All right. So pay +2 stress, and you'll get a bonus die.
It's 2 bonus die. Hell yeah.
Fantastic. They're all adding up. So we are looking at risky great effects with 2 bonus die.
Two bonus die. Doing it correctly for the first time.
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo! Fantastic. That is a success. A 6 on a great effect. That is 5 ticks, bringing us to 7 of 12 on this man's clock. So how does it go down? You scuttle up the stairs, burst through the door, and you give this guy a bit of a unpleasant shower. Anything else?
Oh, his internet's being wonky.
Wonky indeed. It seems as if we are suspended in a moment of time as this acrid liquid strikes the stone. And it melts, and it melts, and it melts.
There he is.
Hello.
Oh.
Well. Something else will come of this, and I need to roll a die. I need to roll a die. I'll do this as a fortune roll, just 1 die to see what the number is, because there are options.
Uh-oh.
There.
So,
Oh, is that good or bad? That's either really good or really bad.
Right. Oh my god. So, you burst through and bucket some acid onto the sculptor, but merely as is the outcome of him being in close proximity with his statue, you also strike his work. he will reel his eyes to you and grimace and glare. He makes a hissing noise as the acidic substance licks away his stone exterior and bears to you eldritch organs underneath. You wanted to see it
Not
early,
good.
did you?
None of this is good.
Well,
Nope.
I appreciate that sort of excitement in the arts. The acid will eat away the marvel of his work, and my god of all the ones to do it, Red's gonna be in for such a surprise. Returns. His work is brought to its zenith. The acid eats away the stone exterior of the object he was carving, and you will see a statue of Shortstop's son.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
Behold, my latest hypothesis
Oh, fuck.
on the face of God.
That's not
It's
good.
Oh, no, I have to kill Red Sun.
That'll go over well.
Possibly.
I'm just hanging out here in the building on a rope.
Oh, that's right. You're digging up the edge of the building. I'm gonna go. We should probably go, like, drag you into the room or something.
Well, I was gonna say the next thing I want to do is, I feel like I have an established signal for Dandelion to poke his head in and take a shot, and so
Yes.
Yep.
I think Mr. Sneak is gonna like get this guy's attention, snapping a bit, and he's just like, "I say, dear sculptor, can you finish this sentence for me? Click, click." And he stands aside from the window to wait for the boom.
Hell yeah.
So
Alrighty then.
peeking in and
I've
looking.
been queued up. You've been queued up, Dandelion. You're gonna take the shot.
Peeking in and looking, I want to see. So this guy's got his chisel in his hand.
He's got a chisel in his hand.
Does it look like he's about to use it on the people?
Yeah, probably.
I'd like to just try and just shoot the hand, like just shoot the chisel in the hand. Shoot it right out of his hand. Blow his
Fantastic.
hand right off.
Hell yeah.
Right. Let us see this maneuver. So a hunt will represent this, or a skirmish,
A hunt,
or in
yeah.
a risky standard position. What do you do?
Risky standard position. And then 0.
0 additional die, unless you want to push yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but you don't need to,
No, I think we're good.
because you have a pure success. A 6 in a standard effect will get you 3 ticks and bring this clock to 10 of 12. My, oh my. His hand shatters at your bullet, and he merely stands there, unarmed. Literally. Waiting for what might be the final moment.
I want to try and, like, catch the chisel.
All right.
Arm bits. Yeah.
Well, you can catch the
And then,
chisel.
like, wheel it around and, like, smash it into the clock that represents his health.
Smash into the clock
Yeah.
that represents his health.
The metaphorical clock being likely, his sternocleidomastoid, mastoid, maybe.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
figure if a chisel can make rock, it can also destroy it.
It
Shape
certainly
rock, I should
can.
say.
Alrighty then. This is a nice maneuver. I dare to say that let me see, a skirmish, a finesse,
I would say wreck.
a wreck, definitely.
Like pure, just brute panic force.
Brute panic force is what I'm hearing. Makes sense to me. I'm all about it.
Are we still risky?
You are still risky. Yes. Risky standard roll away.
And no bonus.
No bonus, yes.
Come on, crit. I'll take a 5.
Alrighty then. That is a 5, which will get you 2 ticks and clear the clock, but it does come with consequences.
Of
And
course it does.
you will see as you rend forward to strike that he is laughing. He is beholding the statue of the sun with such joy. And as you strike him in the neck, he just rends out a teeming, gleeful wail as his head
Not
disconnects and crumples to the ground. It is him. It is him. And I will see it. He closes
Is
his
his head
eyes.
speaking?
Yep, his head is speaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his
severed
talking head by the hair. I'm gonna
severed
grab his.
stone head.
One second now. 1 second now. There is a consequence. And that
That's
consequence
not the consequence?
it's part of the consequence. As he closes his eyes, there is this sonorous hum as if someone is receiving salvation that emits from his severed neck stump that strikes you like a sonic boom.
That makes sense.
And you will all take first level harm of deliverance.
I'm not there,
Can I
right?
try and use some prowess to avoid that?
Yes, you may. Prowess, armor, other sort of things. Everyone can do something to mitigate this harm.
Just to be clear, CC, I'm not there, right? I'm securing the LZ.
You are not there. Yeah, you never actually came.
Yeah, I was opening
you're
the
good.
ghost gate for us.
Is this mental harm?
This is mental harm, yes.
Well, I can use my special armor to resist mental harm.
Fantastic. Yeah, you are not easily shook by these sorts of things. You have steely nerves. All right, a prowess roll of 5 will accrue 1 stress to Mr. Sneak as he mitigates this harm. And it finally comes to Julian. What do you do as the sonorous hum of God strikes you?
Scream and take it.
You just take it.
Just pure terror.
Yep. You've seen some freaky shit, but this is even freakier. And that will conclude the score. Scuttling away from the madly confused masses of the Seekers. You've done it. You've taken out their VIP, but you have brought a bit of dour news with you. The Seekers have come to believe they have rendered the hypothesis that Red's character, Shortstop, his son, is the embodiment of the Traveler, he who created the sun and basks within the worlds that surround it.
Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, what are we gonna fucking do?
Good for Shortstop. His son's really going to be something.
Ain't he?
No.
Like, if we destroy the statue of the kid, maybe no one else gets to see it and learn the message,
Great idea.
right? Like, I realize the heist ended or whatever, but like, if they were gonna unveil it in like a ceremony, right, a ritual of like, this is what we're focused on, and that's not there to be delivered, then no one will know.
That is a safe assumption to make. Do you destroy the statue?
I'm gonna try.
Thank you.
Alrighty then. We will.
I mean, it's not
go-
quite as personal as killing the kid, right? Like, that's.
We shall have one last roll in this score. We are destroying the statue so that the information does not get into more of the Seeker's hands.
Can I ask for help from the team? Like, I don't know. I feel like this is like everybody grabbing it and picking up and throwing.
Take some
stuff.
demolition tools. Here you go. Here's demolition tools.
So we have demolition tools. That'll give us the effect we need. Standard is going to be a risky standard position.
Okay. So we're rolling. That's another wreck, isn't it?
That's another wreck.
I'm grabbing the head and getting away from this in case things go real bad. Not going to be in this building.
Because we want the head for like the stuff inside of it, right?
Yeah, all the think juice.
Yeah. Okay. Risky standard.
Risky standard.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Alrighty then. Saddling it carefully up to the window. Getting a gander that there's no one that will witness what is coming. You press the statue over, and it careens down from the 5th floor to the ground, and it cracks into abysmal proportions. And hopefully, this secret will be kept for a time, at the very least.
I mean, the orphan still knows.
Indeedy. Indeedy he do. And what will come of it? Well, before anything can come of it, we have completed our score. We are going to adjudicate the outcome of this battle. We're going to see that you guys have gotten rep, but aren't able to benefit from it because you're currently at max rep. You guys need to look into increasing your stronghold's strength to empty that and move on. We are going to see that the big boohoo bucks you got from this are an enchanted head, which you can use as an arcane implement of exquisite value or sell for 4 coin.
Let's keep
We're
that.
holding it.
Let's keep
We're
that.
holding onto it.
If we kept Red's gun, I want to keep this.
Oh yeah, we got. Look, it's obvious, guys. We need to get ahead in life here.
Wonderful. Absolutely,
baby.
wonderful.
I use my special armor to not take that mental harm.
Absolutely.
Roll risky at disadvantage.
Yeah, right? Oh man, that was good.
There's a lot to be wary of in that bit of wordplay.
All right, so do we need to go to break?
I think we need to go to break, yes.
All right.
And then we will see what comes next.
Okay, don't go anywhere, anybody. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, and then when we return, we will be back with more EIN MEMETIC MORI. Don't go anywhere.
Fantastic. I'm going to refresh myself. Be right back.
Okay.
Indeed.
Did my
Oh my goodness, Gamers Ledge, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. Yo, thank you so much. Omni. All right, you guys ready to come back?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you.
Yeah. And see me.
No.
No.
Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid, Gamers Ledge. Thank you so much, dude. So much love.
Anthony.
You are fantastic, dude. Oh my goodness. TTRPG raid, let's go.
Fantastic. Well, Raiders, welcome to EIN MEMETIC MORI. If I can catch you up on what you just missed, you are entering the downtime phase of our heist. Our companions here just went on a crazy raid of their enemy, a cult that seek the face of God within the earth itself, known as the Seekers. These guys are up to no good, concocting crazy schemes to find their savior within the city. They launched an attack on an VIP of the cult, known as the Sculptor. You must excuse me for my breaths. I just scarfed down a piece of pizza. All right. So the Sculptor, they went on a score to kill a man known as the Sculptor. This man was a man forged of stone, wrought with the power of prophecy. He would chisel out sculptures of those he believed to be the face of God. And today, most catastrophically, he hypothesized that the face of God was the son of one of our players, Shortstop, a kind-hearted man going soft from all this violence. May very well have born God into this world. He's not present today, so he does not know of this little turn of events, but there he is, hearing this right now in chat. Hey, Red, what's up? Your son is
Good
gone.
news, bad news.
Hi, Rhett.
So about that. Yeah, so they successfully killed the Sculptor, but in doing so, discovered that his latest creation was a statue of Shortstop's son, this being his hypothesis of he who bears the face of God. This information will definitely have consequences. But what those consequences are will have to come later. For now, our companions need a moment of rest. They need downtime to rest and recuperate and prepare for their next score. So what are you going to do, guys? What is your downtime actions?
I need to indulge my vice. Took a lot of stress over that.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
it's time to go to old Dunridge and Sons. Buy myself some new clothes. Wash away all those bad feelings.
Mm-hmm. All right, roll an indulge vice. Wow, you have quite a shopping excursion now, don't you? You've rolled a dice roll of 1.
Magnificent.
I almost feel like, the shopping experience goes so well that it just doesn't strike the right itch. You like when you get into a little bit of a fight and throw some nasty words at the tailor, but it was so perfectly tailored to your every need that you didn't get the catharsis you go for. Nice threads, of course.
Wonderful.
But for some reason, you still feel bad afterwards. Alrighty then. What will be the next downtime action?
I think I'm actually going to do something that I've never done before, which is indulge my vice.
Wow. Yeah, you've basically just driven yourself to trauma after trauma after trauma, haven't you?
Yes.
Good plan.
Yeah, so I slit the throats of a couple of low-tier cultists, subsume myself in their blood, and, you know, just try to talk to the nesting one for a little bit and see what she has in store.
Oh my, oh
Your
my.
vice?
Yeah, my vice
Oh,
is
yeah.
faith. Didn't specify which one.
Mm-hmm. And my, how faithful he is.
So, let's see here. Indulge vice, and it's no bonus dice, so I'm just gonna roll it.
Roll a way.
That's perfect.
Excellent
Let's
roll.
go.
A perfect stress relief. Oh, there's just something about that neck going relaxed underneath the knife that makes you feel so at one with the world.
Absolutely. I think in this dark void, it's like a what are those things called? Sensory deprivation tanks. But instead of being in there with like salt water, I'm in there with like just blood.
Ooh, my. Squeaky. Squeaky indeed. Alrighty then. Whose downtime action will come up next?
I am gonna climb into the corner of my bed, pull the sheets close to my knees, and just kind of like shake myself to sleep, or attempt to sleep, and hope I don't have nightmares.
My. Alrighty then. So this sleeping, what does it represent? Are you indulging your vice in some way?
No, well, maybe my vice is stupor. So yes, I'm definitely indulging my vice.
So his indulge vice is basically very good naps.
But he feels like he can't get to it because he's terrified and just full of adrenaline.
Right. And he is a college student after all. What more could a college student want but a nap? All right, so indulge that vice.
Oh, there we go. 2.
Did you roll when you had 0 stress? There's nothing for you to actually get relief from.
Oh, I was just imagining that the terror I just imagined was the stress I was having. I didn't apply anything to me, but...
Oh, well, stress is the mechanic that you sometimes pay for. You didn't actually expend any stress, so...
That was just an occupational hazard.
Right. You don't have to indulge your vice.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to cry myself to sleep.
All right. Alrighty then. Let's see. What is that representing for AB? He is an ancillary character, so he'll basically heal up by the next time he gets here. So
That's a good. Yeah.
Are there any like crew projects that you'd want him to contribute to?
He'd probably want to tinker with the new head and the guns and fun stuff that we've gotten, seeing if any of his alchemy can enhance it or aid it or protect it in any way.
Excellent. I can make that a crew long-term project called Assessing the Artifacts. It'll be an 8-tick clock.
Anything to stay away from the scary creatures out in the reader world.
Right. All right. So what kind of role is going to represent you progressing this crew long-term project?
Study.
All right. You're going to study it. Let's see a study roll.
Is it standard?
That will be fortune, actually.
Ooh, fortune roll?
Yep. You will click on study, but then you'll have the option to make the position fortune roll. Standard plus 0 die.
You got it. Standard plus 0 die. And
That is a 5. That'll get you 2 ticks toward the completion of this task.
woohoo.
Fantastic indeed, which will bring us to the next downtime action amongst your crew. What's coming up next?
I believe it's Dandelion's turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dandelion. All right, Dandelion, you are an ancillary character, so your fellow will get back all of his stress and wounds by the time someone else plays him, which means you can contribute to downtime actions to long-term projects that benefit the crew. Your companions here can tell you about any long-term projects that they have going that they might be able to get help from Dandelion from, or you can assist the Assess the Artifacts long-term project.
Yeah, I was gonna look at the guns actually.
Oh yeah, I bet you'd be very interested in those. So, how will you study the artifacts?
I mean, I guess I would just look over all of the guns individually, like basically just make sure that there's nothing weird going on with them. I'd probably, because these military would probably be cleaning them as well, and basically getting them ready to show everyone else. Almost like a quick survey of them.
Excellent. So roll it.
What am I rolling?
I guess a hunt would be a good way for an ex-military to study a gun.
All right. How am I rolling it?
You will click on hunt. It will be
No, I meant the
standard plus 0 die.
Okay, fortune standard plus 0.
All right, that unfortunately is a failure. You hawk up this weapon and take a shot with it, and it has more recoil than you were ever expecting. It nearly takes your shoulder off, and that will accrue the long-term project 1 tick, and take a bit of a tick off of your pride.
Oh.
Yikes.
Indeed.
Damn it, dude. Can we spend coin? Does your character have coin to turn that into a success?
You can spend coin to increase it by 1, which will only get him 2 ticks.
Okay.
The big place to pay for an upgrade is when you roll a 6 and want to upgrade to a crit, because a crit is an increment of 2 ticks more than the last one, while everything else is just 1 tick increments.
That's right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Indeedy. So that is 1 set of downtime actions. We're going to go around the merry-go-round once again and do another set. Who wants to begin?
Do we want to go in the same order, or?
That's probably the simplest way to keep things moving.
Moving. Let's get grooving. Who is the first to go first? I have already forgotten.
Mr. Sneak.
Mr. Sneak.
Yeah.
You snuck right by me, dude.
Hold on.
Holding.
No?
All right, Mr. Sneak, it's your downtime action. What do you got?
Is he muted?
Mr. Sneak. He's just slipping away from you.
Sorry, I was muted. I forgot I had the mute thing. That explains it. Okay. If I'm indulging my vice is pleasure. Does it always have to be the clothing shop, or can Mr. Sneak find?
Have to be the clothing shop. So
I feel like to kind of go in character for him, I still have quite a bit of stress that I need to get rid of. And so I think Mr. Sneak, wearing his nice new outfit, wanders around for a while, gets a bit drunk, and he just starts wandering into seedier and seedier alleys until finally someone sees him in his nice clothes. They approach him, and he can't even contain himself for them to threaten him and say, "Give us your money." The moment their hands touch him, he is pinning them to the wall and stabbing furiously like a maniac. Unleashed.
Let's see the roll. This is not the satisfaction that you are seeking, Mr. Sneak.
Jesus
You have
Christ!
You have indeed killed the first poor sucker to cross you in the streets. And you felt something. That's for sure. But it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough.
Oh,
He is
God.
probably just hacking at this person, new clothes, just covered in blood, and he's just screaming like, "Fight back! Do something!"
Oh, my God. Oh, that's so brutal.
Oh, that corpse ain't gonna fight back. That corpse
And,
is
He
gonna
will
lie.
probably return to the base with a half-drank bottle of whiskey and everything, still covered in blood, and he'll just smile at everyone with this just like teeth-grinding smile and be like, "Evening, everyone. Lovely weather we're having. Rained a bit," and he like splatters a little bit of blood onto the floor. Ooh,
I think I'm still
quite
dripping
the
with.
downpour.
I think I'm still dripping with blood from the from the sensory deprivation chamber. So like, there's him coming in from this like brutal murder. There's me coming out from like my like horrific eldritch meditations, just vibing.
Huh. Well, ain't this just a picture?
What has this one done?
Mr. Sneak just kind of like looks at you in the haze of the alcohol, gets his hand bloody in his like blood-slopped hair, and just puts a bloody smile on his face and goes, "Just went for a walk."
These are shortstop's longest companions, the ones which he is going to confront the fact that a mad cult is trying to kidnap his son with. Good on you, shortstop. I'll see you next week.
I think Orphid is incredibly interested in Mr. Sneak right now.
Is this the blossoming of a loving relationship?
It may very well be.
I ship it.
I definitely I definitely approach Mr. Sneak, and when I do so, I want to extend my hand like open, and like without asking him, I'm going to take one of his blades and just like slice my wrist and just like open it in front of him.
He would run his fingers through the blood and everything and just take your blood and like boop, 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 and draw a little smiley face on your cheek. There we go. Everybody's happy as can be, aren't we, friend?
This is so fucking kawaii.
What world do you dream of, Mr. Sneak?
I dream of this world, but it's on fire. Bathed in flames, and I can hear everyone screaming.
The nesting
Somewhere.
one has a
Somewhere
place
out
for
there.
you.
My. I will tell you guys, somewhere out there, someone is laughing. Someone is delighting. Someone is just shaking their head and saying, "Oh, you little fella. This crop's out of control. This crop's not going to do what you want them to. This crop is mine." I'm not going to tell you what that's about for a while.
Who's that Mass Effect 3 scene at the
Player.
very end?
My players who have been playing with me for 6 years know exactly who this fella is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's lore!
There's lore! Fantastic. Alrighty then. Well, that was a catastrophically unsuccessful vice indulgence, but boy did it make good TV.
We're homies now.
That's what I'm about.
Fantastic. That'll bring us to the next downtime action. What do we got?
That's Orphid. I am going to try to finish the equation part 1. I've done attunement, I have done study. What's up? Oh, sorry, he wasn't talking to me. What am I allowed to do the same thing twice or no? Oh, I've done consort.
You are the same thing twice. Yes.
Okay. I've done consort and I've done study, I believe. So I'm gonna do attunement this time. I'm gonna try to jack myself into the machine, having extracted the knowledge from the sculptor, these non-Euclidean, nightmarish shapes that I've begun to integrate. I imagine my body, or the host body that I'm currently utilizing, it's probably like withering and waning. There's like these like black necrotic veins that like dribble in and out of my like body itself, and I am going to be just like sacrificing this body with a new host prepared to jump into, and I'm going to go ahead and roll a Tune Fortune.
Attune Fortune, fantastic.
Standard, yes. Your bonus dice.
Let's take a look at that. That is a 5, which is a partial success. 2 ticks on your clock.
That finishes the clock.
That finishes the clock?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. So you transfer bodies. And you complete your consciousness experiments. What is the outcome of your consciousness experiments? Was it your ability to do this?
I think that given what we have understood from our research with the first faction, the Glass Cannons, they used that drug. I think that I extracted that knowledge. That's why I was so set on dying with him, because I knew that if I was the closer I was to him, the better of a chance I had at extracting as much out of his like soul memory as possible. And in doing so, now Orphid has ripped out and integrated the part of the machine that understands that all are one, and that jumping from body to body is just like the lowest level possible of this machine's capabilities.
All right. So your research has rendered an understanding of your old enemy. For those just joining us, last season in EIN MEMETIC MORI, they fought a crew. They fought a gang of eldritch drug dealers that dealt in a substance known as dank delirium. Anyone that imbibed this drug would enter into a sort of hive mind. They kept their memory, their capacity to act as an individual. But if anyone in the gang hierarchy above them were to die, their consciousness would be transferred to a lower ranking member, and that person would become the officer, up to and including the linchpin of the operation. There was a great meme throughout the entire season where every score they killed the leader of the Glass Cannons, and the first time they did it, they thought it was all over. But it wasn't. And that's why. And that information is of use to our masterful little whisper. He learned something in that errant noise he heard as he died.
And I think that when I was expending that stress, when I was indulging that vice, going into that sensory deprivation tank, that was me reaching out, pulling that soul memory to myself and bringing back more of myself. No longer just the id. I am a little bit more cohesive, and that's me.
All right. So Well, your blood-drenched buddy walks away, and then someone else returns. Goodness, it just seems like you can't keep a cast anymore. But he very quickly reveals himself to be Orphid once again, the face changer, who seeks to build the machine. Alrighty then, that brings us to the ancillary characters, the one that Julian is piloting for one episode, and our guest star. What project would you like to contribute to? You can definitely ask Klaus or Derek if they've got anything they'd like your assistance on.
Well, I'm gonna.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You're roboting.
Robot indeed.
Beep boop.
And
Bonk.
I don't know how much AB would know what this means.
Could you type this in chat by possibility?
You're breaking up bad, Julian.
Yeah, we're losing you.
What?
All right, let's take a moment. Let's move on to Will the Burnt Coin, and hopefully Julian will be with us in a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So what projects do you think Dandelion could help out with around the old HQ?
That's a good question. I got nothing going on because Mr. Sneak just kind of runs around and does terrible things. So
another thing that he can contribute is he can reduce heat. He can perform an action that will remove heat from the crew.
Oh, I could do that.
That could be good.
I like removing heat.
What type of actions we talking about?
That's up to you. The way in which you reduce heat is very, very open. You could
Where's the heat
harass a
coming from, I guess?
witness. You could saddle up a deal with a police officer. You could steal some evidence.
Take somebody out.
You could take somebody out. I forgot to mention, since you did kill someone, you accrued 2 heat in that score. So a heat reduction action would definitely do you some good.
What is our heat at, by the way?
It is currently 3. So perhaps there was one witness to everything that went down in
okay, perfect.
in the battle.
I'm killing that
needs to
person.
be taken care of. Would you like to solve this problem, Dandelion?
Yes, I would.
Then let's see it. You can roll a hunt, a skirmish, a wreck. Hey, maybe you're just trying to talk to him.
I actually would like to take him out from far away, but I'm talking far, far away, you know? Because I can actually push myself to make a ranged attack at extreme distance.
Excellent. Yeah.
So
this is gonna
there's
happen.
no way that it can get tied back to us. It's just, it could have been anything.
It could have been
basically.
anything. Alrighty then. I'll say that this makes it a fortune great roll because you are expending stress to accomplish this. Let's see it.
Fortune great. 552.
Alrighty then. That is a 5, which would normally be a 2, but since it upgrades to the next level, it is 3. You have cleared all heat on the crew.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The witness is taken care of.
Beautiful indeed. That then brings us back to Julian. Julian, hey, can we hear you now? Is he in chat at the moment? Julian.
I'm not sure.
Julian. Seems that we are having a bit of technical difficulty.
Internet is never what it's supposed to be.
It never
Yeah, that's
is.
true.
I have contacted him via Discord. Hopefully he'll get the message that we can just receive his message in chat and put the final downtime action into play. I'm not getting a response. And I'm slowly but surely becoming more and more desperate for ways to stretch. Hey, everybody, let's take a moment and stretch. Why don't we? We've been
There we go.
for a while. Let's stretch.
Everybody get some water.
Ugh.
Hydrate, you know?
Hydrate or
Right.
dihydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate, bro.
Thank you so much to everybody
this
for
is
being
not
here.
Fun to do in a leather jacket.
Thank you so much to everybody for being here. Thank you for the gift
Indeed.
subs. Thank you for the raid Gamers Ledge. So much love to all the homies, dude. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you gave us some numbers, and we are happy that we were able to entertain you. Indeedy. Julian, can you respond to us in any media, in chat, on Discord, somewhere, or else we're gonna have to move on to EXP. Like, you are on an ancillary character, so it's not the worst thing to ever happen.
We'll do it off screen if we have to.
We'll do it off screen. Yep.
We'll do it all.
Alrighty. I'm gonna have to say that this is a wash, and that we'll need to move on to onto EXP. So bring it, guys. How did your characters progress? For the burnt coin for Will, who's just joining us, you will scroll down to the bottom of your sheet, and there will be a number of tick marks asking you how you approach things during the score. If you ticked off any of these, then you are able to accrue XP for Dandelion. So who wants to go first? Perhaps one of our normal cast.
I'll knock it out.
Let's see it.
Okay, so let's start off with the desperate action. I absolutely rolled a desperate action. Or I made it a desperate action, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
I fucking whiffed again. I addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I actually did that twice in this session.
Yeah, that's 2 ticks.
I expressed my beliefs, drive, or heritage. I would say I absolutely did that in indulging my vice. So that takes me to a playbook advancement.
That it does. That was such a powerful, moment. I think it's 2 ticks there.
Oh,
so
thank you.
playbook advantage achieved and 1 rollover.
Thank you so much.
What's the last one?
My last one is I struggled with issues from my vice or traumas during the session. I cannot say that I honestly did that. So I think that's going to take me out of the XP. I don't think I struggled with any vice.
4 ticks, playbook advancement. Do you know what you're advancing with?
I'm going to take veteran and I'm going to look into it.
Fantastic. That's something to bring to us in the next episode, which will then bring us to Mr. Sneak. Mr. Sneak, how do you progress?
All right. Well, I didn't do any desperate actions for once. I think the first time in a long time that I haven't done desperate stuff.
Because Red wasn't here to bully you.
Addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion all the time, baby. That's what I'm about.
That you did.
Stealth through windows. I'm evading exploding necks. I don't know. So I got that. And that'll bring me to an advancement there.
Fantastic.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Not really. I don't think I did. I don't think that there's... Yeah, I genuinely don't think I did.
It's more represented in the trauma today, ain't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
In such a big way.
Charging in on my own to, try and viciously murder a man. Getting a little wet and wild during downtime stress actions. I feel like my traumas are really starting to characterize me fully.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's another 2 ticks. What do you think you're going to get for your playbook advancement?
Oh man, I am not 100% sure. I think I'm gonna take ambush. When you attack from hiding or spring a trap, you get +1 die. Ambush, and I love it. I'm all about it.
That's pretty nasty. That's some good stuff. Alrighty then. That is a playbook advancement for Mr. Sneak. Let's bring it to the burnt coin. Will, how is Dandelion progressing today?
What up? It says every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that action's attribute. So that would be, since I did a hunt desperate
Yes.
action in the beginning.
You will do that into prowess. See the little track bar there?
It's not for insight.
Insight, yes, correct.
Okay. Yep. So that went from 2 to 3.
I went to 3. Hell yeah.
And then the other ones, I definitely addressed a challenge with violence.
Oh, yes, you did.
I would say I addressed 3 challenges with violence.
Yeah, so it maxes out at 2, so you get 2 ticks.
Right. Okay. And then I would say that I did express my background a little bit by doing some gun work.
I agree with that. That's another tick.
And then I think that's it because I didn't go into any vice stuff at all.
All right, sounds good. 3 ticks. You're bringing the ancillary character up a little bit, keeping him in tandem with the crew. And speaking of the crew, we've got the crew's playbook advancement. So if you guys pop over to the crew sheet, I will read through these tick marks and you tell me what happened. Did you guys execute a successful robbery, espionage, burglary, or sabotage operation? Do you think what you just did fits any of those marks?
We stole a head.
Espionage means stealing
Go ahead.
intelligence. Intelligence is part of espionage. So yes, we did steal
definitely is.
intelligence.
Yeah.
And you have basically also sabotaged their information gaining apparatus by taking out their profits.
Let's go.
So I think you indeed get 2 ticks there. I will accrue those 2 ticks. Contend with challenges above your current station as the arbiter of the strength of your enemies. You did, in fact, do so. There is 1 tick. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. What do you guys think about that?
We're maxed out until we can increase our stuff. So I would say
Yeah.
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 Indeed,
How do we do
indeed.
that?
We have to spend money.
Oh, we got you back. We got you back. You
Can
do
you hear me
that.
now? I don't know what's different.
We don't either.
Mhm.
But perhaps it was just our deep-seated need to hear your voice one last time before this all ended. That
I'm
brought
so
you to
sorry.
our-
I feel horribly unprofessional. That was awful.
Oh, it's okay.
We're
It's
all
misfortune.
unprofessional.
It's misfortune, dude. Misfortune guides our footsteps.
It is indeed the calling card of a terrible, terrible eldritch entity that follows me through this game. Alrighty then. Well, you're here just in time to answer some questions about the final EXP tick mark. Did you guys express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Well, our people keep wandering off and not being present for missions.
Yeah, you guys are flighty, apparently.
Definitely.
That's a developing attribute of the crew.
I would say we definitely did because the machine got progressed.
Yes, it did. And some really strange bonds were forged between Mr. Sneak and Orphid today.
We did the fucking what's that movie? The one with the cops where they that one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Alrighty then, that is 2 ticks that will get you to a crew advancement. What do you guys think you might do for crew advancement? Red is in chat, if I am
fantastic.
not mistaken.
He is. Yeah,
You,
let's do this.
you want to pop into VC at the moment, Red, and help adjudicate this?
Yeah, let's do it, dude. Red, hop on in, bro.
Stop on by, Red.
We are seeing if this can come.
That's what
Sorry.
she said.
I'm a child.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh god. Okay.
Sorry, I had to.
No, you're good. So our options right now.
Yeah, let's go through the options. What do you guys think? Hey, maybe chat can throw in some suggestions. So let's read through them. We have got Pack Rats. This is a crew advancement that simply says that they are surrounded by stolen items. When they acquire assets, they take plus 1d. That makes it easier to get those interesting items like the exquisite weapon and the talking head. You guys can get a patron when you advance your tier, which is something you need to do. It costs half the coin it normally would. We would then decide who the patron is and how they help you.
Might be time for that one.
There's then second story work. When you execute a clandestine infiltration, you get plus 1d to the engagement roll. So if you sneak in very spookily, plus 1d on those engagements.
That's really good for us too, for Mr. Sneak especially.
Yep.
Yeah.
But remember, this is only on the engagement roll. And then there is slippery. When you roll entanglements, we roll twice, and you pick the one that you like more. And when you reduce heat on the crew, you get a bonus die.
Wow. That's really good.
Finally, there's the option to take a veteran slot. This means that they can go through any of the playbooks and decide on one to make part of their shadow playbook.
Klaus, you've been quiet for a while. What do you think?
I was leaning towards patron, honestly. That's the one that I think jumps out most to me.
Julian, if you're with us, what do you think? Okay, Will?
I mean, I think you guys should do patron because you're gonna have to upgrade your stuff, and having it cost half. I mean,
yeah, I'm in agreement. I think patron's the move. Red, if you have any objection, please let us know.
Well, that it is. I'm going to say that the deciding of the patron will be something that manifests itself in the next session.
Let's go.
Who could it be? How do they help you?
And what do they want?
I will certainly note that somewhere out there on the big OP, there was a strange voice so delighted by your chicanery. He might help you, whoever he is.
Oh, shit.
He's quite a chipper fellow indeed.
Sounds like we get along great.
Cece's gonna make us the culmination of some fuck shit.
My, you have no idea. Well, with that, we conclude our session of EIN MEMETIC MORI. These guys hit their enemy hard. The Seekers lost their prophet, the sculptor, the man who sees the face of God within stone. And for all hopes and prayers, his final creation is not known by his cultists. Because he believes Shortstop's son to be the embodiment of God. And these people will go to any length to meet God. So I will leave you to my cast. Hey guys, sign off for me. Tell chat what's up. Tell them what to look out for.
Will, why don't you start us with shout-outs, bro?
yeah, sure. Shout out to these guys for having me. It was pretty cool. It's definitely a different system, something I'm not used to. I just kind of jumped into it, but it all makes sense once you kind of play it. And I think from here, like if I were to do another session right now, I would be ready. So it's not too bad to learn. I think anyone can really jump onto it. But anyway, I am the Burnt Coin. My name is Will. Tomorrow, February 5th, is my Patreon launch. There is maps on there. There's basically like a campaign starter kit on there. So if you're trying to GM for your friends that don't quite know really what's going on, you could take that kit that you're going to get from my Patreon and run a few games and see how it goes. Every month I'm going to be adding to that. So by the time a few months goes by, you're going to have a whole campaign from level 1 to whatever we get up to. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Fantastic.
So that starts tomorrow, and also I do a bunch of streams and stuff with Derek as well. Everyone knows about that. So yeah, that's pretty much me. Also, I'm doing Minecraft streams now too, because
Dude, your Minecraft streams are so much fun.
yeah, they're so cool because I'm pretending to be a villager. It's modded Minecraft. I'm gonna take this village that I'm in, and we're gonna take it to the industrial age. It's gonna be real
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Cool. My.
Awesome
Yeah.
stuff. Well, hype for your Patreon, dude. You know I'm in that bitch already. Like, everybody go
Yeah.
support your boy. He makes the fucking primo maps. Support Burnt Coin. He's the homie. Klaus, what are you up to, dude?
Hey, I'm Klaus. I'm about 5'11". No, I'm still the Dungeon Noob's Guide on YouTube, making videos to teach people how to play various TTRPGs. Haven't tackled this one yet, but eventually, probably, it's on my list. I had a whole. Just look at all this nonsense
Holy
that I got
shit.
on my chalkboard.
I'm
That's
so
the
jealous
stuff-
of that
that's
board.
what I'm working on.
Wow.
I want that board. God damn. Give me a board.
It's just a stick-on wall chalkboard thing. Oh, also the chalkboard is also my desk. My desk is a chalkboard. So
What the
Fancy.
fuck?
yeah, no, it's the best thing in the world. We'll talk.
That's
I'll give you links,
amazing.
but that's what I'm about, folks. Get chalkboard wallpaper. It's the best thing in the world.
That's incredible.
Otherwise, yeah, Dungeon Noob's Guide on YouTube. I make a lot of fun videos teaching people TTRPGs tools and making little one-shot actual plays. I'm working together with an amazing cast to bring a Thirsty Sword Lesbians short actual play series to my channel sometime soon. So look forward to that. That's me.
Let's go, dude. I've heard Thirsty Sword Lesbians is an absolute blast. It looks like fun. I like the art. It's super cute.
It's so fun. It is such a fun cinematic system. Like, I don't like to watch a whole lot of anime, but boy, role-playing that stuff is way too fun.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Oh hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, everybody go follow Klaus on YouTube. Hit the bell so you know when his newest videos go live. I try to post all of the newest videos in my Discord, so if you're not already in there, that's another way that you'll be updated on them, because we love Klaus. We stand Klaus in this household.
Love you.
Julian, what are you up to, homie?
Did we lose him again?
Oh
We
man.
lost him again.
Damn it, dude. Okay, well, you can follow Julian at Everyday Superhero Headquarters, HQ, Everyday Superhero HQ on Twitter. Let me make sure I'm getting that right. I do not want to fucking give an improper shout out. CC, do you want to go ahead and describe what Julian does? You know better than I do. While I look this up.
Everyday superhero Julian Masoups is producing an exercise-infused tabletop game. It's some way of introducing very important physical activity into your hyper superhero-based role play. Really something that can help get you off of your feet and introduce that element of physical activity into your role-playing self. Get yourself moving. Take that step towards the new you. And he also does a podcast interviewing members of the TTRPG community, in which he just shoots the shit, looks for their inspiration, and just figure out what makes them, what makes them everyday superheroes within the TTRPG arena.
Fantastic. Yeah, Julian is a good bean, dude. He's such a big sweetheart, and we love Julian around here. He's such a nice addition to have to the cast. Thank you for joining us, Julian, once again. Cece, what are you working on? Where can we find you, homie?
Well, you can find me recluding in the forest, doing basically as little internet as possible. As it so happens, my big thing is producing I'm MEMETIC MORI for your guys' enjoyment here on DM Studios. You can find me at cc on Twitter to follow around my shenanigans, watch me do yoga and other silly things. But ultimately, when you want my content, you come here on Fridays, 7:30 CST, to watch Madness Face Levity.
Absolutely. And we are all so grateful that you excuse me, let me clear my throat. We're all so grateful that you choose to spend your Fridays here running this show, because Jesus Christ, I have to say, Cece, this was hands down the most fun Iron MEMETIC MORI session. We are really hitting our fucking stride right now, dude. This was a blast. Hell yeah, dude. Well, you guys know me. It's your boy. You can find me pretty much every single day on this channel. I'm going to be streaming Curse of Strahd, Howls in the Mist, led by &D20 Paul on Twitter. He is another absolute sweetheart, fantastically talented individual. He does phenomenal video editing. Will, the Burnt Coin, is joining us on that. That is going to be tomorrow at 12:30. And then tomorrow night, we are launching the premiere episode of Homebrew Homies. It is going to be a show where we create content for 5e, but also we are going to be kind of utilizing it as a vessel for me, Will, and Red to create a brand new setting from scratch that we are going to be developing our own system for in the background, and we'll probably be giving updates until we, eventually launch it as its own game. But that is going to be live at 6:30. Tomorrow you can catch us live with Curse of Strahd, Howls in the Mist at 12:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, or p.m. Central Standard Time, excuse me. And then Sunday, Heart of an Empire, A Legend of Five Rings actual play at 2 p.m. Hashtag Samurai Sundays. You can catch us then. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you for the gift subs once more. Thank you so much for the raid. You guys are the best. We love you, we appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow at noonish. Bye, guys.
Thank you, fellas. Really made this episode
Bye.
special for me.
Also, stand by because we're raiding into Vancouver by night. If you at least want souls at the very least. For the Emperor. And we're clear.
Fantastic.